Brack, what's good, man?
What's happening, JT? I'm good. How you, family?
Good, man. Welcome to Daily Hip Hop Live with Jordan Tower and MREC. So what's going on today, man? This Mase Betha thing keeps going on, huh?
Yeah, man. Still going, unfortunately.
Now, I heard a good point brought up earlier where Mase maybe had used the Drake move that he used on Meek Mill. You heard?
A word?
He used the thing on Meek Mill where basically he waited for Cam'ron to go on tour before he dropped that diss track.
Wow. Where you hear this from?
I'm just hearing this from like it's just like it's talk on the internet. People were saying that Drake didn't drop that track till he was on tour with Nicki, so he couldn't really focus on a diss track. And basically the same thing kind of happened with Mase and Cam'ron because Cam'ron's on that program tour right now.
You're right. Facts.
So Cam'ron, he just had to respond, find a studio or use his portable studio, and then you're not at home, you're not, let's be honest, Mase had 2 weeks to make this diss track. The program came out 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So basically he had 2 weeks to record the most fire diss track. Cam'ron was at a disadvantage by having to fire back so fast, but he still did fire back. Now, do you agree that Mase fired on Cam'ron because Cam'ron talked about the bodily harm thing? Do you think that's why he Cam, or do you think he was just sick of being a punching bag?
I think he was sick of being a punching bag.
Yeah, I think so too, because Cam'ron.
I think it's a build up of numerous things. Collectively. Definitely. Accumulation of things.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that because Cam'ron has been firing on Mase for what, 20 years. Jim Jones joined in, called him Jim Jones inherited every beef, the Nas beef, everything. Remember he called Nas a koofy slapper? He said he's the koofy slapper?
Yeah, the koofy slapper. Don't play with me. I'll come slap your koofy off.
And then what did he call? Remember Mase called up to talk to Jim and he said, "Is this Betha? Is this Betha?"
Word, classic.
We got to bring that back today in the loops.
You already know.
So guys, just before we keep going, this is a new podcast that MREC and I are doing. I'll be going on every night. MREC's going to join me every night, but as you know, he does music as well. Respect My Handle's out right now on Spotify and iTunes. Sometimes he steps away to do the music thing, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what did you think when Cam'ron went live and talked about Stacy? Because you caught that.
Oh, man, I thought Cam was just, that's just part of Cam's character. Cam loves clowning, you know what I'm saying? And he's acting like there's some truth to that, you know what I mean? Because he was like, Stacy, don't act like, you know what I'm saying, you wasn't at the crib on 116th in Lenox. You dig what I'm saying? Like, Cam was giving up,
I believe Cam in this, don't you?
I mean, it sounds believable. You know what I mean? And then Stacy, I just seen some screenshots of her on Instagram with Mase, and she pretty much still denying that, Cam piped her down or smashed her or whatever.
Piped it down! Yo, Cam'ron said she's a squirter, too.
Yeah, exactly. Cam said she's a squirter. It got real nasty, at the apartment on 116th and shit, because she was squirting a lot. And then also, what else Cam said? Oh, I used to write your raps. Ooh. Stacy, don't act like I ain't used to write your rhymes. That's what he said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cam definitely, not letting it, he ain't letting that go. He like, yo, stop acting like I wasn't busting your drawers. You know what I'm saying? So.
Word. No, I like this whole thing, man. And we heard Mase call up to Hot 97 today. That was a little spooky because it looked like Ebro was kind of like he had a personal thing with Mase almost, right?
Yeah. Mase wasn't feeling that.
Seemed a little personal. Mase kept checking him on that. He said, "Let me speak." Cam'ron's got to speak for 20 years.
Facts. I like the way Mase checked Ebro. You know what I'm saying? Definitely checked him. You know, like, yo, hold on. Y'all let Cam and Jim and these dudes speak for like 20-something years. I sat back.
Yeah.
Let me speak.
Now, Rec caught some great footage of Funk Flex reacting to this. He even said it really hurt him when he seen Mase in that passenger seat on the window shopper video.
Yeah, with 50 Cent. You know,
Now, Fabolous commented on this as well. He said, "For y'all who don't know, I'm joking. It's not really Rick Ross, but I did see Mase looking like he got left in Paris after the window shopping video."
Yeah, I seen that tweet. It went over a lot of heads, that Fab tweet.
That was old, but that shit was flames, bro.
Yeah. That don't matter, man. In this climate, everything's a go. Ain't nothing old. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. You said it. Yo, listen, man. We bringing that back. I don't care if it came out 10 years ago or 10 minutes ago. You know what I'm saying? That's the narrative.
Now, Cam'ron's going to keep snapping, though. Emrek is a professional snapper as well, so he knows that Cam'ron ain't going to stop for about, 2 weeks right now, right?
Yeah, now Cam going to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was on my live yesterday snapping hard. Like,
oh, yeah?
Yo, man, listen. I was like, yo, homies in the rooms saying Mase going to sign to Eddie Long Records.
Eddie Long.
Woo! Mase gonna sign to Holy Water Records.
I put out. There's rumors going around. I mean, I could see Mase signing back to Diddy right now for a few mil. What do you think?
I mean, Mase owes Diddy a few albums anyway. Like Diddy, an interview he did with Flex, I want to say a year or two ago, pretty much said, yo, Mase owe me from the last time. You know what I'm saying? When we redid negotiations, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, he overpaid him.
Yeah, he said, yo, that first one, we ate that. We gonna say that went to God. That check, you know what I mean? That check went to God.
It was a God write-off, not a tax write-off.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But he like, yo, Playboy, you owe. You know what I'm saying? So Diddy, Mase is in the hole with Diddy. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, so if he comes back, I don't think he's going to see another check from Bad Boy.
Yeah.
Bad Boy's probably like, yo, we'll pay you once it's out.
Exactly.
We're going to have to pay you on consignment.
Take that.
So today we also had Nicki Minaj.
Uh-huh.
And, she released that motorsport record with the Migos. Everybody was speculating her and Cardi B going back and forth. And she had come out on her Twitter to dispel that and said, guys, you don't think I'm going to release a record? I don't know who's on it. Like, everything goes through my approval. Like, I hear it. I sign off on it. Blase blah. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But then, yesterday, she starts tweeting like she's shocked that she's seen these Takeoff lyrics,
Oh, what?
Yeah, she's like, oh, I didn't know Takeoff was going in like that. What did she say exactly? She said it's all good, though. And I was like, this girl's, like, if she had seen all these things, right? If she had approved everything, she should have heard that, right?
Facts. I mean, she basically exposed herself. You know what I'm saying? Obviously,
I'll read what Takeoff said, then we can talk about it. She said, if Nicki show me her titty, right hand on the Bible, I swear I won't tell. I swear I won't tell anybody. And if I get to play with that kitty, I wonder how many platinum albums we gonna sell.
Dang.
Woo. He took his shot on the same song with her.
Dang. That went over my head because I heard the song. I didn't really care for the song.
I didn't get that far into the song. I once was.
Yeah, definitely.
It was kind of bland, let's be honest.
Like, I'm be honest with you, that the structure of the song, I didn't like at all. Like, the way it was structured. Like, it seemed like all the Migos rap, and then Cardi B and Nicki rap at the end of the record. I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging, but it took too long for them to put Nicki and Cardi verses in the record. It took a long time.
Yeah. I think that I'm gonna be honest. I don't care how well that record's doing. I think that record is a dud.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it.
I'm not feeling that record. And I love the Migos. I think they come with hits.
Yeah, Migos is dope. You know what I'm saying? They very talented. They got them flows too. That's one thing you ain't gonna do with me. You ain't gonna act like them boys can rap. They got them. They came with their own style and they killing it. You know what I mean? Shouts to the Migos.
They talented. They fucking talented.
They
going that
and they hit records. They making hit records. They get into that suitcase. Fuck that bag. They get into that suitcase. That's the M-Rec lingo.
Absolutely. Oh, that suitcase. Okay. I like that.
Exactly. You know.
Yo, let's talk about this other great loop you caught the other day. It was Chris Tucker.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about that. Let me play a little bit of that and we'll get into
it. Q got mad because I want to do part 2. I told him, I said, I ain't doing it. No. He got mad. I told him, you didn't pay me for the first one, shit. Come give me some CDs and some weed. I said, hell no. Give me some money. We did that movie in 20 days, man. I was just happy to be doing a movie. I was tired of touring.
That was good. That was a good catch, right?
Salute. Appreciate that, JT, man. I'm over here working, man. You know,
you back on your bullshit now.
Yeah.
Now,
Salute.
let's corroborate that with something. Let's see. Reese, what do you say?
The most. So then Chris Tucker $5,000 for that first Fridays anymore. So we made, I think Ice Cube paid us about $5,000 for that first Friday, $6,000 at the most. So then Chris Tucker went on and got the movies where he's making $20 million a movie. So when you make $20 million a movie, you don't go back and do it the second Friday. Oh, no. Hell no. I want to eat some of them chitlin. I love pig feet. The first Friday, you wouldn't see my black ass in that second or third Friday. I'd be in Sancho Pay screwing some nappy-headed French hoes.
Now, that was good because you caught it, you brought it back, and like what we got to say here is there would be no Mike Epps if it wasn't for Chris Tucker not doing it.
Herb and Ice Cube on Friday 2 or the next Friday, whatever they decide to call it. If Chris Tucker, Ice Cube, it would be no Mike Epps. You
right?
Know what I'm saying?
No, that's the absolute truth right there. So, like, can you imagine only getting $5,000 for a movie? They spent $20 million on that movie. It did $120 million. So that means they profited. So after $40 million, it was just pure profit.
Yeah.
So think about this. They made $60 million. So they made $40 million profit because they split half and half with the theaters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they made $60 million. So they made $40 million, and you ain't getting paid. The studio made off, right? Like Bernie Madoff.
Facts. They made off like Bernie Madoff.
Absolutely.
I like that.
So
definitely.
Would you? I don't blame him. I mean, it's amazing that he got to $20 million so fast after doing that fucking movie.
I mean, he had to have the right agents because, like, just think about it. For him to do, not knocking that movie, it was a low budget movie. You know what I'm saying? If you want to call it that, because $20 million is still a lot of money to do a movie. You know what I'm saying? You know, but in Hollywood, that's considered a low budget movie.
Yeah.
You know. Right? And then that was his first movie.
Yeah.
For him to demand $20 million right after that, he had to have that was well connected and well respected in the Hollywood industry.
Absolutely.
Had to because, you know, even like John Witherspoon, he spoke on it. You played it earlier. You know, John Witherspoon, he couldn't command that. He was in Friday, but I guess he didn't have, you know, the connects Chris Tucker had, because Chris Tucker was a star in that movie Friday. Everybody was funny in that, but Chris Tucker, stood out like a green thumb.
Yeah.
He did. And he must have had the top Hollywood agents reaching out to him and let him know, like, yo, listen, after this movie right here, and considered what y'all was working with, the movie being low budget and the numbers that came back, it did well on the block in the box office. Yo, your demanding price is 20. Your minimum is 20 million for your demanding price to appear in a movie. And I think he just ran with the narrative, and to this day, I think Chris Tucker gets 20 million. But you don't see him in a lot of movies because that's his demanding price. So I respect it. Don't you respect it?
Oh, I respect it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hate you, my G.
I just switched over to a microphone. Yeah, so yeah, that's I respect the move. I respect the move 100%.
Definitely.
Now, what else we got going on today? We got one other big story.
Oh, today?
Yeah.
Oh, breaking news.
Breaking news.
Mase said he couldn't see himself signing under Jay-Z and being on Rock Nation.
Why?
He just said, I can't see myself. He said, shouts to Jay-Z,
Mm-hmm.
He let it know, there's no more beef. But I can't see myself signing under Jay-Z. Like, now we can partner up.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see myself just signing to him and being under him. That's what he said.
What makes him think that Jay-Z would even touch that?
Well, because he knows he's looking good on the streaming. And Jay-Z's in the whole streaming game with Tidal and everything.
But Mase, honest with you, like Mase, favorite rapper, 96, 97, 98, even 2000, right? Then he left. When did he leave? 2000?
Something like that. I want to say early 2000.
I would say 2000, 99, 2000, because that's what gave Fab an opening, Because Fab came in sounding just like Mase. So it's not.
So you're basically saying if Mase didn't leave the game, Bow Wow Grizzly, it wouldn't be no Fabolous.
They're definitely not, because he sounded just like Mase, and he filled the void. He filled the void in my music heart for Mase. You know what I mean? Like in my love for music, that made me like Fab because he sounded like Mase and his bars were there. Like Fab's talented as fuck, man.
Oh yeah, I think Fab sounded just like Mase in the beginning, but now he's evolved to his own, artist. Like, Fab is Fab right now. He found his niche, whereas it almost don't even remind you of Mase no more. Like, that's just Fab.
Like in the beginning, it was Mase. Like then he just he found who he was. You could tell there was a lot of like inspiration there. Yeah, influence there. Yeah, like he was inspired by Mase. He listened to Mase. And then he just became his own beast on his own, Like,
definitely.
I think when that Breathe record dropped, that was like, okay, this is Fabolous now. When that Breathe record dropped, like after his first album, then he dropped Breathe. What was it, the second or third album?
I think that had to be the second album, that Breathe record.
That Breathe record was like,
maybe the third.
Flames, bro. Remember when that dropped? It was like, okay, Fab's arrived for sure.
Smoker. Heat Rock.
That still gives me chills, that record.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And, Clue found a good one right there. But there would be no Fab, man, so, like, that's true,
Right.
Now, what else happened is Cardi B is dropping fucking snippets like crazy right now.
What?
And she tweeted out her location last week and told the haters to pull up, and one fan showed up.
Damn.
So what I'm saying is, I'm happy for her success. This girl went from a stripper to being on from being a social media star after being a stripper.
Oh, definitely. She went from busting it open.
Yeah.
To I guess demanding she could definitely demand what, $60K a show, you think?
I'd say she's doing $40K a show right now, which is great.
Yeah.
You know, she's probably doing 3 shows a week. She's making a lot more than me. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, hell yeah. Because she was just, a chick from the Bronx that was busting it open.
Yeah.
For, the average.
No, she climbed that ladder. She's living the American dream, climbing that ladder. And, but, the problem is she had I don't even think she anticipated such a breakout single with Bodak Yellow that it's bigger than anything she could drop right now. So she's scrambling to find a record.
The record's bigger than her.
It's too big. It's too big. It's like, it's way bigger than her. So I think she's scrambling to find a record that catches, or at least show, like Atlantic obviously isn't 100% behind her because they would have dropped her in this quarter. They said,
yeah, I don't even understand how she didn't drop a EP or album.
Something.
With that, like, who's over there that's in charge of her project? Who's the VP?
Mike Cam'ron.
Who?
Mike Cam'ron.
Cam'ron. You need to call me on the phone. Call me or JT on the phone right now and explain why you dropped the ball.
Like they be trying to I know what they're doing. They're like, yo, we're going to keep extending this record to make as much as we can off of this. They're scared to drop another record because they feel it will be a failure and but this is going against how she got on. She was dropping record after record until one caught. And that's what got her deal. Whenever you got to deal with the major plays it so safe that it's almost detrimental to your career.
Exactly.
So I kind of feel bad for her because she's showing people she got other records right now, but by the time 2018 hits, it might be too late. We might be on to the next person,
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think fans are attached to her. So I think she'll be fine. She'll find a place. But I don't think her album's going to have a lot of success. And I'm not trying to hate her or anything. It's just I don't think it's her fault. I think it's really the fault of the label.
I mean, I think she accomplished more than she
ever dreamed of, right?
Ever expect. Exactly, dream of. And that record hitting #1 is like, come on, like. She broke records, shouts to Cardi B and all that. And
absolutely.
That made that possible because a lot of people be getting caught up in thinking these artists is just self-made. Nobody's self-made. Everybody, gets help in one form of a way. And then she's been signed to Atlantic Records for like maybe the top of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So,
also, have you heard that Floyd Mayweather might make a comeback? He's thinking about doing another fight.
He's bugging.
Yeah, please don't do it, Mayweather.
My first time I'm hearing this. I mean, I seen people alluded that Floyd may be coming back, but and I seen Floyd doing workout videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, who would he fight? Khan?
What, Conor McGregor again?
No. Amir Khan or whatever his name is?
Nah, that guy hasn't even fought in like 2 years. I think it would have to be like somebody like Keith Thurman.
Okay.
He's undefeated. And then, I guess he's like the first contender, that Floyd would have to fight, you know what I'm saying? It'd be like almost like a mandatory.
Yeah.
In boxing, they got mandatory fights.
Yeah, he's definitely still training. He's definitely still training.
I say this, though, that last training video I saw on Floyd Mayweather, them jabs were sounding like gunshots.
Oh, no, he could definitely fuck somebody up still.
His speed is still impeccable.
Yeah.
He's the best ever. One of the best ever. And a lot of people don't like to give him his credit. Salute to Floyd Mayweather. Oh yeah, go get that Floyd 50-0 by MREX. Shameless.
Oh no, man. Floyd was bugging to not embrace that record. Maybe he didn't see it because that record by M-Rec was great for that Conor McGregor fight.
Thanks, man. And just overall, it was a good tribute record. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I appreciate that, JT. Y'all can get that all from iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify. Shameless plug.
Absolutely.
Floyd 50, yeah.
Next up, we got Nipsey Hussle is joining up with Atlantic for his Victory Lap album. Now, this is interesting because Nipsey Hussle's been one to be getting independent money for a long time because he was dropped from Sony around 2009-10 because he wasn't showing up for interviews and everything. So he was forced to go the independent route. And now he's teaming up with Atlantic to do this. Now Atlantic has everybody. They have Gucci Mane, Bad Bobby, the Catch Me Outside girl. They have Cardi B. And now they're going to have Nipsey Hussle, I guess. And maybe they're motivated to do business with him because of his, he had that marketing technique where he's like $100 an album and it worked, So they probably went in on that, right?
Hell yeah. But that's where a lot of artists go wrong at. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times fans support you because, they be like, oh, okay, he's really doing it independent. So now when you got a major machine behind you and they know Atlantic got that, fuck a suitcase. Atlantic got those Brinks trucks.
Yeah.
They got that never ending money over there.
Front money when usually the path to getting money time is a lot better, because I think I agree with M-Rec. This is a huge mistake on Nipsey's part because he's been in control of his destiny. Now your destiny is in Atlantic's hands and it's on their time. So you're going to have to play their PR games, everything. I think it's like, you're looking a gift horse in the mouth almost, like you're going to take the money, but now you're going to be working for Atlantic. You're not independent anymore. No matter how they word it, you're still working for Atlantic. And why would you do that nowadays when technology is so amazing? I mean, we're doing a fucking podcast.
Also, Nipsey proved that, I can ask a commanding price, $100 an album. Like, he started with 100 and then he did 1,000. I think the 100 was more successful.
Yeah.
But both campaigns worked. Like, he charged fans $100 a mixtape. You know what I'm saying?
It worked. It was good.
I mean, he sold 10,000 in one day or something like that.
I think he sold out. Yeah, he didn't do that. He did like 1,000. But that was a lot. That equaled 100,000, right?
Okay, yeah. He did 1,000.
Yeah, he did 1,000, and that's great. I mean, if you can get 1,000 of your fans to show up, pay $100, fucking superstar.
Yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. So
yeah,
Nipsey Hussle, I will be taking that loop. I've been on that loop anyway. I just didn't charge people with $100.
Oh, we can make a nice little package with a box and everything for $100. We can make it look nice. Now, Azealia Banks came for Post Malone.
Wow.
But first, let's get to Al Sharpton visiting Meek Mill in prison and vowing to get him out. What do you think about that?
Al Sharpton is on the press campaign.
Absolutely, but I'm glad he's helping the boy.
Like, what's going on?
Absolutely, but I'm happy that he is helping Meek out because Meek needs it right now. But it's like, we know what's going on. Him and Jesse Jackson are always, trying to pad their pockets somehow with a situation. Mm-hmm. Believe me, there'll be a fucking fundraiser soon, some sort, to help out his campaign. But, so now we'll get on to Azealia Banks trolling again to Post Malone. Only Eminem and Rick Rubin can speak. She's taking credit away from Post Malone. And you know what I like about Post Malone? I think you do too, right? Because we talked about this. He's just unapologetically himself. He just does him. He just does him. Like the Rockstar record's out. That's fire. The video was trash. But the fucking singles hot. And, you know, he released a whole album that was actually pretty fire. I'm sure you heard that album at one point, right?
No, listen to the album.
You never listened to his album a year ago that dropped?
Nah, I gotta catch up. I gotta catch up on, you know.
But you've heard the Rockstar joint, right?
Of course.
You like it? Fire, yeah.
One of the best records that's out now. I ain't talking about, you know, lyrically, and it's, you know, it's a good song.
Yeah.
It's the vibe. I love that vibe of that record.
Oh, yeah. Now, racism goes both ways, guys. And Azealia Banks obviously doesn't like white people for some reason. She has something against white people. She said, every single time I enjoy a white rapper, right, they go and give me one of these men. The only white men who are allowed to publicly voice their opinion on hip-hop's cultural matters are Rick Rubin, Eminem. We really don't need Macklemore or Rosenberg or any of you to add anything to this conversation. Just spit your rhyme and go. Now, we know that Azealia Banks attacks white people in general. You know, when this culture is to be enjoyed by everybody. That's why you have Chinese restaurants selling Chinese food. That's why you have Mexican restaurants selling Mexican food. You know, if you just sold to the Mexicans, that shit would be fucking empty. If you just sold to the Chinese people, that shit would be fucking empty. You know, culture is to be shared. Okay, so
I like display that.
Oh, you like
the way?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like, what about white culture? Basketball was once a white sport, but black people just do it better. Let's be honest.
Just dominated.
They dominated. They shut there's specks of white on the court now because black people just dominated NBA. But we don't hear people crying about that because we enjoy sports. It's for everybody.
That right there is a good narrative, man. You know, we got to build on that. I like the
Yeah, we should make it, because you know what? Me and Rec are both colorblind. We're about bringing people together. You know, we notice things that are going on out here. Even with the Kaepernick thing, we're for Kaepernick, right? Because he was standing for a cause, like, you know, taking a kneel for police brutality. Me and Rec have talked about this extensively. It's sickening, the police videos you watch, but I think that conversation got lost in the Kaepernick conversation because we don't see too many people posting about police brutality anymore, do you?
Not at all.
You know, and that's what's spooky to me.
No, I don't follow everybody because, you know, it'd be some people that might hear this like, no, I know plenty of people that post about police brutality. Where you been at it and all
right.
that. I'm just saying it don't come across my timeline. No.
And before it was nonstop on our timeline. So it's like, and it was important because police do take it way too far, especially when minorities. They judge people on color. You know, a lot of people do, you know, and I'm not saying every policeman in the world, but I'm saying some police are just scary, you know? So, yeah, that needs to, like the Freddie Gray case that just, you know, passed a few years ago. The last cop just got free and clear when this guy was obviously killed by the cops, you know, and there's not enough conversation about that. There was no one there protesting this cop getting let off free and clear. And there was black and white cops in on that, you know. Cops are just savages, bro. Some of them are, especially the ones that work in the hood. But and then we got, what else we got today, Rec? Did you see anything else popping off? Let me see if I missed anything.
Well, I kind of was, you know, I was out in the streets moving around, so still trying to catch up on what's moving.
Cyber Monday was today. Did you get anything today?
Nah, I was out the loop. I missed that.
I got some Hue lights. You still got a few hours left, but I got some Philips Hue lights. Those are half off, and I got some pots and pans. You know, you always need pots and pans. I got some of them shits. I got the all-clad joints. Those ones are pretty dope. They last a long time. We got Bitcoin tops off at 10K mark. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. So Mase says that Cam'ron and him will never be cool again. That's great.
He said they've been enemies longer than they've been friends. They've been enemies 21 years, he said, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Terry Crews out here. Remember he attacked that fan the other day because the fan called him, what did a fan call him, gay because he got sexually assaulted?
Yo.
That was wild.
Funny. Yo, that was wild.
Yo, Terry Crews deserved to go off on that guy, though, because some powerful agent, like, groped him or something, and that shit was crazy.
Crazy, spooky.
So, latest on Mase and Cam'ron, breaking news. Cam'ron thinks Mase finally showed some guts. He finally fired back at him, and he respects it. He said, I put the project out called The Program 2 weeks ago. I told a story about something that happened in Harlem, so basically he was probably upset that I told the story, but I'm proud of him. He showed some heart. But who do you think, Rick, to end this off?
Still trying to on Mase?
Still going in on Mase. What would you say?
Say it again. What were you about to say?
So let's end it off on that. So now Hot 97 did a poll. 75% of the listeners think that Mase won. What does MREC think?
Mase definitely clearly won.
And Cam'ron's never lost a battle that I can think of.
Yeah.
Can you think of a time that Cam'ron lost?
Nah, not at all.
So I think he won. I think Mase for sure won. He did have the upper hand. Now I don't know how Cam'ron could come back from this. Because he's on tour. I mean, he's not going anywhere. I'm just saying, how could he turn this around this week?
I mean, I don't know if he could turn it around, but he needs to shoot a video to dinner time and I guess really clown Mase. You know what I'm saying? Like really, because people buy comedy.
Yeah.
So, he's gonna have to go that route. That's the only thing I think he can do.
If Cam'ron was home and he could go to Harlem, I think he could really clown Mase because he could have people in Harlem like joining in the video. But being that he's on tour, it's going to be a little difficult.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. I think it's going to be. I don't think we'll be talking about this by the time the weekend comes. That's just I'm just calling that, but I'm not. I can't be 100% sure. What do you think?
I think I might go into the next weekend.
You think so? Or is that just
is
that just wishful thinking?
No, from well, I'm always in the loop, just like you are. Mase went live on his IG. I'm about to put it up. He said he got another diss record. You know what I mean? He didn't say it like blatantly, but he hinted that he got one in the cut.
So we're hearing this first from MREC TV.
Yes, sir. I'm about to put it up too on MREC TV, so y'all can go check for that.
I might have to borrow that loop.
Yeah. Nah. You know how we do all
I'm gonna have to get loopy on you. Did you post that Dipset movie yet?
Nah, I was out all day. I didn't get a chance.
Oh, okay. You posting that tonight or tomorrow?
Oh, I'm posting that tonight. You already know that.
Okay, so you heard it here. So far, Mase has one up on Cam. We'll keep you guys up to date.
And he got a missile in the cut. He got a
heat seeker?
Yeah, he got a heat seeker. He got a
you can't escape a heat seeking missile.
He got an atom bomb in the cut.
Oh man.
Would you call those other bombs? A nuke. He got
a nuke? Oh. Is that what he said?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Because if he's saying that was light, he was saying like the Oracle. Y'all thought that was hard. Wait till y'all hear the next one.
Okay. So I'm excited to hear that because I don't think he can top the Oracle. That's just me, but maybe he can.
We'll see.
We'll have to see. So let's say this. Okay, so you got youtube.com/MREC TV. You got youtube.com/Jordan Tower. You go get MREC's new, what is it, EP, right?
Yes, sir. The new EP.
Respect My Handle. Yep.
Respect My Handle is on all digital platforms, iTunes, Google Play, Tidal, Spotify.
So how are we going to do this podcast now? Let's let the people know. For now, we're going to do it Monday through Friday. We're going to do 30 to 60 minutes, just talking music, talking different fucking narratives. And make sure you tune in. Make sure you subscribe, and then this is going to be on Spotify, iTunes, everywhere. We'll start promoting it as of tomorrow. This should be live soon. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is Jordan Tower Podcast with MREC TV, Daily Hip Hop Live, and we're signing off.
Peace.
The audio you just heard was recorded in Anchor. Learn more at anchor.fm.